Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elma. We're going to be going through my game with 34 team selection, where, as you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be activating my free hit chip for game blank game with 34. And before we get into the team, I'd like to thank you for the continued support on the channel. The views on the shorts have been incredible. But yeah, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, leave a like that bell so you don't miss any content going up on the channel. Not wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first, we're going to go through my Game 33 team review where I use the wildcard, not the wildcard, the bench boost chip for Game 33. And all in all, not a bad chip for the game week, but not a great chip. I was hoping for 100 pointer, but I still managed to do pretty well, scoring 83 points. My overall points 2,158, and a huge green arrow from 44,000 to 32,000. So we had Martinez in goal, back-to-back games with no clean sheet for 4 points, which was a bit disappointing, but it was still. Likewise with Konza for only 3 points. Then he had Munoz, I think, also with no clean sheet, but not sure he managed to score a goal, get an assist, but 6 points for him. Then he had Saliba clean sheet one of the fixtures for 7 points. Thomas Guardiola clean sheet one of the fixtures. Savio only managed to play one full game in terms of FPL, and came off the bench for the other for 3 points. Same Saka for 2 points, but he's got an assist, 7 points. Sar played only one game, came off the bench for the other for 3 points. Mamush, my captain, at least did manage to pick up 8 points, which was very, very good. Considering that many people captain Saka who take that small Mamush W. Then had Mateta who managed to get a goal against Arsenal by coming off the bench for 10 points. Raya with 7 points in sheet one of the fixtures. Then we had Isaac and Salah blanking. It was unfortunate, especially for Salah. I think he did manage to get a lot of chances, but only 3 points. And my differential pick, Ryan Sessegnon, for 11 points. Clean sheet against Chelsea. Subbed off before Chelsea scored their double. We take those every day of the day. 11 points for him, and he was the reason I managed to pick up that huge green arrow, and hope that people are jumping now on the bandwagon. I was there first, I've experienced the points, and yeah, hope for game 34 I can be able to continue the same momentum. So that was the team for game 33. After the bench boost, it looked pretty solid, especially Sessegnon, who I don't expect to perform really well. So we take those. So now let's move on to game week 34. So now we can look at my free hit for game week 34. And before I get into this is just a template. I've already decided what I'm going to be doing. I just made this just quick in the store. I haven't watched any videos. I haven't looked at any Twitter comments. I've just made this off the jump. And yeah, you never know, it might become the main one. But for now, it's just a template. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're going to be having Leno in goal against Southampton and Sells against Brentford. We were talking about the two of them. I'd most probably start Leno against Southampton. But they did manage to score a late goal against West Ham, which is something that's putting me off. We are going to have that momentum going into this Fulham fixture. But I think Fulham will manage to keep a clean sheet. They're more so defensively solid, saying that they concede two late goals to Chelsea, but I hope we can go for a clean sheet. So I'll be in the bench, so we don't need to talk about him that much. He's just there because I have a lot of fans and I want to flex my fans. That's why I've gone for sales. Then you have H Nuri against Leicester. Leicester have been very poor in front of goal. I think they've gone around 10 fixtures without a goal at home, which is, I think, is very, very absurd. And yeah, I hope that against that team, yeah, H Nuri can work to a clean sheet and an attacking return as well. You're going to be having Livramento against Ipswich. Honestly, I see Newcastle wanted to go home. See, they just received a very heavy defeat against Aston Villa. They want to bounce back really quick. And what a better game to bounce back than Ipswich, who let in goals for fun. Then we have Trent against Spurs. I'm going for Trent just because the same as Cells. I have the money and I want to give myself benching dilemma. So I'm going for Trent in there against Spurs, who concede a lot of goals as well. And Trent came off the bench and managed to score against was it Leicester, or I can't remember the name. I think it was Leicester. He managed to come off the bench and score. So maybe he's going to get a start. Maybe he's going to be able to perform. Then you have Milinkovic against Brentford. Most likely he's going to be on the bench, but yeah, he's just there in the team. Then you have Ryan Sessegnon against Southampton. Of course, I'm going to trust him again this game week, as he did give me 11 points just last game week. Then from other consideration, it's going to be Robinson. I guess I'm going to trust Sessegnon. The 50-50 chance between the both of them, but Sessegnon I think gives a little bit more since he plays on the right wing position. But today, what Marco Silva was saying about Harry Wilson coming back to the team and is going to get some minutes as well. It's a slight concern, and this may be why Robinson is in the back of my mind at the moment. But for now, we're going to be sticking with Sessegnon and hope we can be able to perform. So that's the defense and the goalkeeping department. Now let's look at the midfield. So this is how the midfield is going to be looking like. Going to be having Murphy in there against Ipswich. I've seen a lot of videos, drafts. I mean, not a lot of videos, drafts. I've seen a lot of like on the groups, the Instagram groups. People are tending to go without Newcastle midfielder, which I don't like the idea of. I think having one of them. I think now with Gordon back in the mix, it makes it a little bit difficult. Both Harvey Barnes and Murphy have been in strong form, keeping out Gordon out of the team. I just think you have to have one of them in there. And I might just go for Murphy, but Harvey Barnes is a slight differential compared to Murphy, so I might switch that. But for now, Murphy is in the team. Then we have Salah against Spurs, and same as Diaz. Salah is still chasing the 2020 for the season, so maybe against Spurs, and they win the fixture, they'll be able to win the trophy. So I hope that Salah and Diaz will be able to go home. They're going to win the trophy at home as well. So it's going to be an interesting fixture, but I think Spurs are good. I mean, Liverpool are going to win it, and I hope they're going to win the big margin. And Salah and Diaz are going to impress. They're going to have Palmer in there. Yes, yes, I know the comments are going to be, yeah, Palmer, Palmer. But the reason I'm going for Palmer is he has to score at some point. He's having a lot of XGs, but he's not putting the ball in the back of the net. And against Everton, it's going to be tricky, but I think having Palmer in there is just a must at the moment. We're going to have then we have Clivert finishing off the team against United, and honestly, he's just going to be on the bench. So I'm going to really talk about Clivert, just a cheap enabler. So that's the midfield. Oh, before I forget, other consideration is Iwobi. Of course, did manage to score against Chelsea. So I think Iwobi is someone I'm thinking of. Maybe Clivert over Iwobi and give myself another benching dilemma. But yeah, so we're going to be having that's the midfield. So now let's look at the forward line. So that's how the forward line is going to be looking like. We'll be having Cunha in there against Leicester. Although there's a lot of talks about Cunha moving to Manchester United even before the season ends. I mean, so absurd how United are going to be moving this transfer window. And I'm really, really excited to see this transfer window in general. So I don't know if it's going to maybe start last and start phasing Cunha out for the team. But for now, it's just speculation. But I think there's truth behind the speculation, as it's going to be very, very close to happening. So that's something to consider. But for now, Cunha is in the team. We're going to be having Isaac against Ipswich in there. I think Isaac is a must playing against Ipswich. Hasn't scored in a while, and what a better game to end his drought against Ipswich, and hopes going to be able to do that. Then you have Jimenez against Southampton. I think people are sleeping on Jimenez in the team. Especially now that we've heard that Muniz is going to be missing the Southampton fixture. I think having Jimenez in there is a no-brainer. And if you're chasing rank, I think the differential pick. I think it's good to have him in there, and I hope he's going to be able to perform. Then my other consideration is Larson, just because of the reasons I've mentioned with Cunha, but I think Cunha is going to play. But it's always that slight concern, as always. So that's the team. That's the free hit team. I don't know how I'm going to be lining up. I think if I'd say it off the top of my head, I'll go Leno, Aït-Nouri, Livramento, and Trent. Then go Murphy, Salah, Diaz, Palmer, and the front three is as it is. Cunha, Isaac, and Jimenez as the team I'd go for. But yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Might make a whole lot of transfers, might pick another different team. But yeah, so it's going to be a long, long video. But if you managed to reach this far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and let me know down in the comments how your teams are going to be looking like. And with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.